All right, tonight, let's do it. Everybody is in action. We'll start in Detroit. I got to tell you, this has kind of surprised me, too. Did you know that the Tigers are now 2 games over at 73 and 71, and they're only 3.5 back? I know there's less than 2 weeks left now, but they were like 10 out. They're only 3.5 back of the last wild card in the American League. They'll have Kyler Montero going tonight against Bradley Blaylock. Minus 190 for the Tigers, plus $1.60 for Colorado, and an 8.5.
Well, I mean, at that price, I mean, I like them to win, but at that price, I'm not betting it. I'm run lining it plus $1.05 with the Tigers. Listen, I told you, the Rockies don't win ever, except the first game of series that teams have to go into Coors. But this game's in Comerica in Detroit, so It's Tigers, run line.
Flat 3 now, by the way. It was 3.5 yesterday. Minnesota lost last night. So the Tigers are now a flat 3 behind the last wild card spot. That would be something else if the Tigers ended up getting involved. The Marlins are in Pittsburgh again tonight against the Pirates at PNC. Adam Oller against, I don't know this dude, Sky. I'll butcher this name. Your boy Carmen's pitching tonight. Mudzinski's going for the Buccos, who are minus 160 and an 8.5.
I mean, I'm on the over here. There's no way I can bet on Mudzinski. He's awful. But if I had to, I'd bet on that over because both of these guys are tattoo you in terms of giving up runs. So I'm thinking over.
I'm thinking over as well. The Rays are in Philadelphia.
I like the Bucks, but not at that price.
It's a big price for the Buccos, that's for sure. The Rays are in Philadelphia again. Ranger Danger Suarez against Taj Bradley. Minus 175 for the Phillies and a 7.5.
Again, this guy Suarez has been incredible. So I'm run lining this one with the Phillies at the bank.
Braves go to D.C. after losing to Cincinnati at home last night. Ronaldo Lopez against Mackenzie Gore. Minus 135 for the Braves, plus $1.15 for the Nats, and a 7.5.
Yeah, I like Lopez and the Braves here tonight in D.C. against Tipper Gore.
Mets look to stay hot and stay ahead of Atlanta in the NL wild card with David Peterson north of the border in Toronto. The Basset Hound goes for the Blue Jays. Mets minus 125, plus 105 for the Jays, and another 7.5.
I mean, I got to go with Don't Call Me Scott Peterson. Honestly, they've won 10 of 11, for Christ's sakes. Give me the Mets. The Basset Hound, the only thing he's got going for him is a cool nickname that we gave him because he sucks, though.
He has not been good for him in Toronto, that's for sure. Royals are in the Bronx again against the Yankees. Seth Lugo tonight against Marcus Stroman. Minus 145 for the Yankees, plus $1.20 for the Royals, and an 8.5. I could see what you said before. I could see this being the night the Royals get him, Scotty, in the Bronx.
I'm telling you, I am so on your boy Loogie. Give me Seth Lugo to beat Stroman the Showman at plus $1.22. There's some money to be made right there tonight with the Royals.
Indeed, and if the Royals did beat the Yankees, it would give an opportunity to Baltimore, who's at Fenway again tonight against the Red Sox. Albert Suarez against Cutter Crawford. Minus 135 for the Red Sox, plus 115 for the O's, and a 9.5.
I'm going Orioles tonight. It was all Boston last night. They're not that good. They've, basically called it a season. Give me the O's at plus money, plus $1.15.
We'll slide one more in. The Angels are in Minnesota against the Twins again. Griffin Canning and Pablo Lopez. Minus 250 for Minnie and an 8.5. Twins have lost 4 in a row.
Yeah, they're going to win tonight. That'll be the end of that losing streak tonight. Run line the Twins against the Angels. They're hacks.
Let's go next to Chicago, where the 33 and 112 White Sox. It's just funny to hear that, right? 33 and 112. They have the Guardians again in town tonight. Ben Lively and Jonathan Cannon. Minus 235 for the Guards. Plus 195 for Chicago and an 8.5.
I mean, honestly, you have to run line the Guards, and you got to go with Don't Call Me Blake Lively. Your boy Cannon Cameras gets rocked every time he pitches. They are the most humiliating team that I can remember in a long time. I don't even know. How do you even describe 112 losses when you have just literally kicked the can? I mean, they are pathetic. I mean, honestly, they're like a high school team.
It made me think, like the Tigers got to 3 back, Minnesota, Kansas City, Cleveland, like they're all in the playoff hunt. It's because they all got to get fat on the White Sox this year. Like they all got like 10 or 12 more wins than everyone else because they got to play Chicago so many times. They're so pathetic. The Reds and the Cardinals are playing out the string in St. Louis. What a shame, Scotty, to hear that the Redbirds have to play out the string for another year in St. Louis. Rhett Lauder and Andre Palant going tonight. Minus 135 for the Cardinals, plus $1.15 for the Reds, and an 8.5.
The Reds just keep winning, right? They just keep getting in the way like they did last night. So I'll take the Reds.
The A's and the Astros in Houston tonight. Spencer, don't call me Spaghetti Arrighetti, going for the Stros. It was supposed to be Osvaldo Bido for the A's tonight, Scotty. He has been scratched and put on the IL, so JP, Sears, and Roebuck is going to get the ball instead. Minus 190 for Houston, plus 160 for Oakland, and an 8.5.
Let's go with that fat $1.58 A's team with their big sticks. The win at Minute Maid over the Astros. Let's go with Sears and Roebuck over Don't Call Me Serengeti.
I like that tonight. A little Sears and Roebuck there. Maybe we can get ourselves a little Rooker with a home run tonight. Padres in Seattle against the Mariners. Good pitching matchup, Scotty. Yu Darvish and Kirby's Dreamland going tonight. Minus 125 for Seattle, plus 105 for the Pods, and a 7.5.
Well, I got to go with Kirby's Dreamland and the M's at home because Yu Darvish has pitched once since May, and he was terrible. So I don't think it's going to get any better tonight in the Pacific Northwest for Darvish. He just doesn't have it.
Probably not. It will not get better for them. The Rangers are in Arizona, rematch of last year's World Series. Texas definitely won't be there this year. Nasty Nate Eovaldi against Zach Gallen for the Snakes, who are minus 180, plus 150 for the Rangers, and a 7.5.
Listen, it is so obvious to me that a gallon of milk is the choice, but I'm going to bet on Nasty Nate Eovaldi because they beat him in the World Series. Their season's over. It doesn't even matter. And watch them beat them again at plus $1.52. I'll take the Rangers tonight with the upset.
Brewers are in San Francisco against the Giants. Aaron Savale tonight. Landon Raup starts for the Giants. I believe he's more of an opener type, Scotty. Minus 120 for Milwaukee. Even money for San Francisco and a 7.5.
I like the Brewers. They're better.
Brewers better, no doubt. And finally, the Cubs and the Dodgers. You talk about high-profile pitching matchups, especially if we go across the Pacific to the Far East. Imanaga against Yamamoto tonight. As Yamamoto comes back, he has not pitched, Scotty, since the end of June. So he returns here after a couple of rehab starts. Dodgers minus $1.60, plus 135 for Imanaga and the Cubbies, and a 7.5.
I can get Imanaga. I bet him at plus 140 already today. Give me the Cubs, Imanaga, and the under 8 runs, all of which will cash.
All of which will cash. That is what I like to hear. All of which will cash tonight out in L.A. All right, there you go. How about I'll give you a couple homers for tonight before we move on as well?
Taters.
What do you think here?
Taters.
We both think the Royals can win tonight in the Bronx, but I think that Seth Lugo could give up a homer or two. Why don't we make one of those against Juan Soto here tonight at plus 350, Scotty? In fact, Soto, 5 for 15 with a homer off of Lugo in his career, so plus 350 for Soto. In that one, Anthony Santander, plus 320 for him tonight against Cutter Crawford, 4 for 11 with a homer off of him in his career. Scratch off Royce Lewis, Scotty, out of the lineup here for Minnesota. So we could take him out. I liked him against Canning, but that's not going to happen. Kyle Tucker has returned in the past couple days for the Astros. He has not homered yet. since he returned. And in fact, Scotty, he has 2 homers off of J.P. Sears and Roebuck, who is now going to be the starter. So I'm going to go with Tucker there tonight. And Josh Naylor is a Tuesday staple when it comes to long balls. It does not matter who he's facing. And he's facing that cannon who gives up cannons on the White Sox. So we're going to go with Naylor for the big ball here tonight. Soto, Santander, Tucker, and Naylor, only 4 as we take Lewis out as he is scratched out of the lineup.
I think Naylor's delicious at that price, the way he's come through for you on Tuesdays ringing the bell. I mean, the guy's been a monster, so let's hope he does it tonight at that 680. Peace.
It would be very nice if he could. There's a couple of other guys. I didn't put him on the list, Scotty, but I'll give it to you here. You mentioned the Pirates and the Marlins could get probably an over tonight over there at PNC. Reynolds had a nice price. I think it was $450 or $470 for him against that Aller. So I'll be rooting. I'll probably add a little Brian Reynolds to my life out at PNC tonight as well, as we can get ourselves.
And a cruise missile?
Why not? Why not? Get everybody in there. Maybe we'll have to might have to throw Berger in there too on the Miami side, since you said it. Probably going to be some runs. It's